From the ReliefFactor.com studios, here's Mike Gallagher.
I appreciate some moments of clarity when it comes from a Democrat administration over something like Israel. It doesn't happen too often. Joe Biden's frustration with Bibi Netanyahu has been infuriating. Joe Biden getting pushed around by the squad and their radical view that Israel is somehow the villain and Hamas is the victim has sickened millions and millions of people all over the world. Here was the White House spokesman, John Kirby, yesterday pointing out that Israel goes above and beyond protecting the lives of civilians to such an extent that he's not even sure our own military would be that careful.
As I said, we have seen them take actions, sometimes actions that even I'm not sure our own military would take in terms of informing civilian populations ahead of operations, where to go, where not to go. They have taken steps. Now, obviously, those steps, while noteworthy, haven't been enough to reduce the civilian casualties, which is why the president spoke so forthrightly about it yesterday and why we're going to continue to do everything we can to press the Israelis to be more careful.
You know, that's kind of a glass half full proposition, but we ought to look at the glass as half full. At least he's acknowledging that Israel does more maybe than our own military in trying to protect civilian casualties. It's so infuriating. It's kind of maddening to witness the way good is portrayed as evil, evil is portrayed as good. It's end time stuff. I'm telling you, it feels like end times. Meanwhile, hey, Republicans, you happy you kicked out George Santos? You lost a vote. You lost a seat. New York's 3rd district. I mean, it snowed yesterday. Oh, boy, people can't vote in the snow. So thanks to the mail-in ballots, thanks to abortion, thanks to Swazi's name recognition, good old Tom Swazi gets his old job back. Hope you're happy. Hope you're happy. How's it feel now to kick out Santos? You know what'll be crazy about the George Santos story? If he gets acquitted when he faces trial on any of these charges he's up against. And I don't even know what he's up against. What did he do? Is it bank fraud or something? Or ripped some guy off with over a dog or something? Fees for, I don't know. The guy's a flake. I'm no George Santos fan. I'm not trying to defend him. But I know that when he became a member of Congress, he only had about a 99% congressional voting record that reflect conservatism. Now you got Swazi. And I guarantee you, Swazi knows how to play ball the Democrat way. So how's it feel now? You glad? Incidentally, somebody asked me about Congressman Mike Gallagher, who's been taking a lot of heat, how he voted on the expelling of George Santos. Hey, Mike Gallagher voted against expelling Santos. I mean, the guy was great. Great on China. Good, solid conservative. U.S. Marine. The guy's the real deal. And for some reason, he got a burr up his behind over impeaching Alejandro Mayorkas and decided that's the hill he wanted to give up on. And it makes me crazy. I don't know why people do things like this. People have such a lack of self-awareness. What, you're surprised at the pushback you got? Oh, I don't think it meets the standard of impeachment. I don't think it meets my high standards for an... Are you kidding me? Play ball. Be a Republican and be unified. I mean, it got done anyway. Last night, the House voted to impeach Mayorkas because they got Scalise back. Gallagher and Buck and McClintock dug their heels in again, utterly disrespecting their constituents. I promise you, if you could take a poll of all of their districts, Buck's and Gallagher's and McClintock's, overwhelming majority would have favored impeaching this lying scoundrel of a Homeland Security who goes on TV Sunday and says, we don't bear any responsibility for the border crisis. They're mocking you, Mike Gallagher. They're trolling you, Ken Buck. They're embarrassing you, Tom McClintock. They're laughing at you. Of course he needs to be impeached. Federal immigration law is the law of the land. And if you don't enforce it, you got to be fired. If you lie to the American people about illegal immigration, you got to be fired. So I hope you're happy. Kicking out George Santos really got us somewhere, didn't it? Now, here's a text. This is interesting from Washington State. Santos is a lying POS and likely criminal. We don't need people like that representing us. Okay, now do Ilhan Omar. Now do Rashida Tlaib. Now do Maxine Waters or all these other screwballs of the Democrat Party. These lunatics. Democrats aren't ever going to expel them. They would never do that. I got a great email from Jim in Jenkintown, PA. Let me read this to you because Jim has the email of the day here on the Mike Gallagher Show. The Republicans today remind me of the way the British fought in the American Revolution. All proper and upright, taking the high road, marching in nice straight columns, and getting rid of one of their own who used questionable judgment, while the Democrats are hiding behind the trees and the bushes, sticking together, and just mowing down the Republicans one by one. Hey, Washington State, what don't you understand about winning? Oh, we don't need people like George Santos. Our fingernails will be dirtied by having a man like him. Oh, he pretended to be straight when he's gay, or he stole a dog fund. Oh, no, I don't even know what he did. I don't care what he did. Oh, he lied about his parents being at 9/11. Oh, okay. Well, kick him out, and now we got a Democrat in the 3rd district. Now you've turned a district blue that was red, thanks to George Santos's election victory. I mean, listen, I'll say it again. Make no mistake. The guy's a flake. I get it. What's Rashida Tlaib? He might be a screwball, and he might be a lying POS. He doesn't pledge allegiance to Somalia over the United States. I guarantee you what he isn't. He isn't Ilhan Omar or Cori Bush or AOC. I'll take somebody fabricating stories, and I don't get it. I never understand people who lie about things like the Holocaust or their college education. It's one of the craziest mysteries I've ever witnessed. People who will lie about. But hey, ask Dick Blumenthal. Didn't get him in any trouble. Dick Blumenthal is about a 100-year-old senator from Connecticut, and the Democrat voters there have elected him over and over and over again, and he's guilty of stolen valor. He lied and said that he served in the battlefield of Vietnam. How much lower does it go than him? Didn't stop the Democrats because they know how to win. He's become a powerful United States Democrat senator. But not we Republicans. Oh, no, no, no. We're going to have our columns nice and perfectly formed. Yes, yes. Pip, pip, make sure your hat's on correctly. Let's make sure we follow that line. Mind your manners. And all we do is get kicked in the teeth. I am so sick of this. If we don't wake up and start smelling the roses, we ain't ever going to win another election. 800-655-MIKE. And if we don't win another election, the lunatics are going to run the asylum, and we're going to lose this country. We're going to lose this country.